The room was silent. Not peaceful silent. Dangerous silent. The kind of silence that happens when your life is falling apart and nobody notices. Your phone battery was dying. Your dreams were dying faster. And deep inside your chest, there was a war nobody could see. Every morning you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Every night you hated yourself a little more. You watched people win while you stayed frozen. You watched classmates become disciplined, creators become famous, athletes become monsters, and you kept asking the same question, how do they do it? But one day the answer hit like a punch to the face. Winners don't have more time. Winners don't have easier lives. Winners don't wake up with magical motivation exploding from their veins. Winners simply stop negotiating with excuses. That's it. That's the secret nobody wants to hear. Because excuses are comfortable. Excuses feel safe. I'm tired. I'm stressed. I'll do it later. I'm not ready. I don't know enough. I don't have support. I'll start after Eid. I'll start Monday. I'll start next month. Listen carefully. Every excuse feels harmless until 10 years pass, and your life becomes the proof of every excuse you ever made. That's how dreams die. Not with failure, with delay, slowly, quietly. One excuse at a time. And the scary part? Excuses sound intelligent. They sound reasonable. They sound logical. That's why weak people protect them like treasure. But winners treat excuses like enemies. Because they understand something losers never learn. Time does not care about your feelings. Time keeps moving whether you move or not. Every second somebody is training while you sleep. Somebody is reading while you scroll. Somebody is building while you complain. Somebody is becoming the person you wanted to be. And one day you wake up shocked at how far behind you are. Not because you were incapable, but because you wasted years waiting to feel ready. Let me tell you something brutal. Motivation is unreliable. Feelings are unreliable. Energy is unreliable. But discipline? Discipline changes everything. Winners don't wait for motivation. They move while tired. They move while heartbroken. They move while scared. They move while doubting themselves. Because they know action creates momentum. And momentum creates power. Look at your own life honestly. How many opportunities died because you hesitated? How many goals were destroyed by procrastination? How many times did you promise yourself you'd change, then went back to old habits the next day? That pain you feel when you disappoint yourself again and again, that pain is dangerous. Because eventually, people stop trusting themselves. They say, I'll wake up early, then don't. I'll work hard, then don't. I'll change my life, then don't. And after enough broken promises, your mind stops believing you. That's when people become weak. Not physically, spiritually, mentally. Their words lose value even to themselves. But there comes a moment in every future champion's life where something inside finally snaps. A moment where pain becomes fuel. A moment where excuses start sounding disgusting. A moment where you realize nobody is coming to save you. Not your friends. Not your family. Not luck. Not motivation. You either build your future, or your excuses will destroy it. There is no middle ground. Understand this deeply. Every successful person you admire mastered one thing. They learned how to suffer correctly. That's what separates winners from everybody else. Weak people avoid discomfort. Winners train themselves to live inside it. They study when their brain hurts. They train when their body aches. They continue when nobody claps. Because they know greatness is hidden behind repetition. Boring repetition. Painful repetition. Lonely repetition. The world only sees the victory moment. The trophy. The transformation. The success story. But nobody sees the thousands of moments where that person wanted to quit. Nobody sees the nights they cried, the mornings they failed, the sacrifices they made when nobody was watching. Champions are built in private. Losers perform in public. Read that again in your soul. Champions are built in private. The truth is, most people want the reward without becoming the person who deserves it. They want muscles without training, money without value, confidence without struggle, respect without discipline. But life doesn't work that way. Life only rewards consistency. And consistency is painful because it requires you to act even when emotions disappear. Anybody can work hard for one day. Anybody can feel inspired after watching a motivational video. But can you keep going when nobody believes in you? Can you continue when results are invisible? Can you stay disciplined when your mind begs you to stop? That's where identities are formed. Every choice you make is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. Every workout says I am disciplined. Every hour wasted says I am weak. Every excuse says I choose comfort over growth. And the terrifying thing about excuses is that they multiply. One missed day becomes one missed week. One lazy week becomes one wasted year. Suddenly you're older, tired, full of regret, watching younger people surpass you because they started while you kept waiting. Stop romanticizing potential. Potential means nothing without execution. The graveyard is full of talented people who never acted. Talent without discipline is entertainment. Discipline without talent becomes greatness. You need to understand this before it's too late. Nobody owes you success. The universe does not reward intentions. It rewards action. The gym doesn't care about your excuses. Your goals don't care about your emotions. Reality only responds to what you repeatedly do. So ask yourself honestly, what are your habits proving? Are they proving hunger or proving weakness? Because results never lie. If your habits are weak, your future will be weak. And yes, the truth hurts, but pain can either destroy you or transform you. Most people waste pain. Winners weaponize it. Every rejection becomes fuel. Every insult becomes energy. Every failure becomes education. That's why winners become unstoppable. They stop seeing obstacles as punishment. They start seeing them as training. Think about a sword. A sword becomes powerful only after fire, pressure, and repeated strikes. Human beings are the same. Struggle is not ruining you. Struggle is shaping you. But weak people run from pressure, then wonder why they remain fragile. The strongest people you admire were once broken too. The difference is they refuse to stay broken. And listen, nobody talks about the loneliness of self-improvement. Nobody talks about how strange it feels when you outgrow old habits, when your friends waste time and you choose work, when people mock your discipline because your focus reminds them of their weakness. The moment you become serious about your future, weak people get uncomfortable. Because discipline exposes excuses. Your hard work becomes a mirror they don't want to look into. So they laugh. They doubt you. They call you obsessed. Good. Let them. Lions do not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. Stay focused. Because one day the same people who laughed will ask how you became successful. They'll think it happened suddenly. But you'll remember the truth. The early mornings. The painful sacrifices. The days you worked while everybody else relaxed. That's how transformation happens. Quietly. Slowly. Repeatedly. Not in one giant moment, but in thousands of tiny decisions. Every day you either build your dream or build your regret. There is no neutral day. Every hour matters. That's why winners protect time like their life depends on it. Because it does. Time is your most valuable weapon. Money lost can return. Energy returns. Opportunities return. But wasted time, dead forever. Imagine if someone stole 10 years from your future. You'd hate them forever. Yet many people willingly hand 10 years to distractions, laziness, and excuses every single day. Social media steals their focus. Comfort steals their ambition. Fear steals their potential. Then they blame life for results they created themselves. Stop blaming circumstances. Some people started with nothing and still conquered mountains. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions do not exist. Winners adapt. Losers complain. That's why one person sees rain and cancels the mission while another trains harder in the storm. Mentality changes everything. A weak mindset asks, "Why is this happening to me?" A winner's mindset asks, "What is this trying to teach me?" One mindset creates victims. The other creates legends. And understand this clearly. Self-respect is earned. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Every time you break one, your identity weakens. So start becoming dangerous again. Start rebuilding trust with yourself. If you say you'll wake up early, do it. If you say you'll train, train. If you say you'll study, study. Small victories rebuild broken minds. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. Because when you control yourself, nobody else can control your future. Weak people are controlled by moods. Strong people are controlled by purpose. That's why winners look calm under pressure. Their emotions no longer lead them. Their mission does. You must become obsessed with your mission.